In a world full of people who think life is a happy series of coincidences and trust the official narrative, some of us know better. Tales of Stonehenge, dogmen, chemtrails, and more. All of this we will explore in the Seany Zone. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Seany Zone. I'm your humble chauffeur, BF, here for the main man, the host with the most, Seany in the Seany Zone. How you doing tonight, Seany? What's up, brother?
I'm good. Good evening, ladies and germs. Wow, what a weekend we had, huh? There was a little bit of a fracas, or a few of them, in Atlantic City over the weekend.
You don't say.
Bob looked pretty tough. He was going to fight KB there over being owed money or something.
Yes.
And then we had. Okay, so I just want to touch on the fact that Stuttering John must have worn lifts when he was on the Stern Show.
Yeah.
Because he's really short. I mean, he can't be more than like 5'2", right? I mean, the guy's.
I came away that same impression too, bro. With him around all those people when he got in that initial scuffle with Melton. That's at least the video I saw, and I was surprised how tiny he was too, bro. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, he's a dwarf. It's really it's amazing. And then
on pods.
And then the woman that he had in his hotel room. Oh, mackerel. I think she starred in the movie the Dark Crystal Meth.
The Dark Crystal Meth. About to give you a rim shot on that one, Seany.
Thank you.
Oh, he'll be here all week. No, not really, just tonight.
Yeah, I don't think the internet could take me every night.
They might blow up, yeah.
Yeah. So the Super Bowl was also over the weekend, and wow, what a terrible. The NFL is really just gone downhill. I mean, this year really proved just awful. I mean, at the very best, they're completely inept and their refs suck. But I mean, and it kills me because I've been a big fan of the league since like 1985 when the Patriots were in the Super Bowl. I had a teacher in 6th grade that made me watch the game as like a test. Like we had to do it. Then we had to answer quick questions about it.
Okay.
And so it really kills me that the league has gone just so ass up and just they're just awful, and it looks completely fixed. It looks rigged. And I mean, this whole Taylor Swift thing only really like drives the point home that they're really trying to push something here, and everyone goes, well, what would they be trying to push? And they're trying to expand the league into they're playing games this coming year in Germany and London and Brazil for the first time of all time. Mm-hmm. And wouldn't it help to have the most popular entertainer in the world right now at your games, talking about your games, and
absolutely.
Little kids wanting to, they're idolizing her, and it's insane. So I mean, you can't tell me that there's not a correlation there. And I suggest this. There's a YouTube channel, and the guy's name is Jake the Asshole, and he breaks down every. Yeah. Oh, you do? Well, hey Jake.
Yeah, I know Jake. Yeah. Yeah. But he breaks it all down.
He breaks that week by week. He goes through all the games and shows you all the plays that it numbs your mind, because you just go, oh my God. Like, you see guys that obviously have a shot to tackle somebody, and they just fall down on the ground, or they pull up short and they don't do anything, and it's wow, it's amazing. But anyways, I didn't want to go on all night about that. I don't know if you noticed any of that this year with the league, or
well, I'm suspicious of the ref calls. I think of these weirdly timed calls, Shawnee, after a really explosive play that really benefits or another one team or the other. It seems like there's always these delayed flags afterwards. And last night they played in the overtime on the Super Bowl, and I think they cited a stat where they said they hadn't called a penalty on the Chiefs since like the second quarter of the game, bro. Now you're going to sit there and tell me, I mean, I know that they're like the team to beat right now, but you're going to tell me that they played that perfectly from like the second quarter and didn't get another penalty called. It took them going overtime. And so that's my whole thing. And I think that they avoid seeing a lot of things they don't want to see, Shawnee.
Agreed. Completely agree. So, I guess we can dig in with that put to bed. I guess we can dig into our conspiracy of the night.
And a lot of people are curious about it, Shawnee. People were asking online when I was communicating with people, and I still think a lot of people don't know. So let's get into it, bro. Tell the people what we're going to get down with tonight, brother. We got a good one.
Tonight we're going old school, but there's an abundance of research and film and documentaries stories about this, and it's Bigfoot.
There you go. We're doing Bigfoot. Kind of starting
Bigfoot.
This is Shawnee. We got off last week and we said, what do you want to do? And we talked about it, and Shawnee says, BF, I think we're going to do Bigfoot. And I said, well, we're doing it. It's your show, bro, so that's what we're here to do. Okay. We're going to get down with the good old classic Bigfoot conspiracy. Go ahead, brother.
Hell yeah. So, Bigfoot has, or Sasquatch as he's known a lot now as well, has been around. I mean, there's tribes, there's indigenous peoples of the United States, Canada, and even foreign countries that have Bigfoot type of creatures in their lore.
Yep.
And I put down some of the names that they're called by these tribes. So bear with me as I try to get these out. So you have Sasquatch, which is the Salish First Nation tribe. You got the Tsul'kalu, which is Cherokee, what they knew him by. You got the Tonka, that's the Sioux Indians, Native Americans. Sorry,
Same
I'm
difference.
old school, and it's hard to. You got the Skookum.
Easy for you to say.
Which sounds like a male genital defect or something.
You got something on your skookum there, buddy.
That's the Chinooks. This one's really good. This one's really the Nick
Ooh, you had me sweating there for a minute there when you started off, bro. Woo.
Oh, no, that's the Koyukon. I'm not sure how you pronounce their name correctly. Okay. You got the Maximista, which is the Cheyenne. So then we get into some interesting ones. You got the Yowie in Australia, the Yeren in China. And then here in the U.S., there's some other names for them as well. You have the skunk ape, which is in Florida. The wood booger in South Virginia, and then Ohio is known as the grass man.
Wow. Yeah, so he's got a breath on that one, Shawnee.
Yeah, they were. Stay tuned for that.
I noticed there's a lot of old ones, and yeah, and they're all kind of like Indian in the Indian lore, like you said. That's what you realize when you're all those names that you're saying. But that's what I find so fascinating about this Bigfoot conspiracy compared to some other ones
Yeah.
is that kind of how long it's been going on. This, like, because for us, I think we originally grew up thinking that maybe it was just people seeing them in Washington State, a couple guys seeing them here and there. But as we've gotten older, we've discovered that it goes back much further than this, bro. Right?
Yeah, yes, it does. I mean, there are a lot more of them in the Rockies and the Cascade Mountains,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. I mean, it's such vast wilderness out there that there's barely any roads. You never mind, buildings or settlements.
Okay.
Um,
Well,
and
one of the pictures that you kind of submitted has a picture of the parks, and it talks
yeah,
about like some of these locations where they're seen, like missing persons, and it compares big feet. There you go. Andy's going to put that up right there. So you want to explain this one a little bit because you submitted this one.
yes. So there's a lot of times. So I don't want to get into the missing people too deep because it's his own show.
Mm-hmm.
But there's there clusters where people go missing quite a bit, and under strange circumstances, sometimes they're found, sometimes they're not, sometimes they sort of are, if you catch my drift.
Okay.
And a lot of times it's in places where the big feet Sasquatches are seen. So I mean, is it a pure abduction by the Bigfoot, or is it something else? We're not really sure. Is it
Okay. Thanks for that, Andy.
Is it somebody? Is it somebody that saw a Bigfoot and recorded it in some way, and then was tracked down by the man in black, and then and removed, if you will. You know what I'm
I
saying?
noticed a lot of the
There's a lot of ways it could go.
a lot of the concentration was out on the West Coast, and like I said, our first inklings of it was kind of reported from the like Washington State, from like the Pacific Northwest. So a lot of it seems to be favored out there in like southern Canada and everything. But that map showed it kind of popping up in other parts of the country. But yeah, you even had like Chinese names for it. So it's in lore in many languages, lores, if you will.
Yeah, there was mention in the Bible of the Nephilim, which are giant creatures. So I mean, that goes. I mean, when did they write that? A little while ago. It wasn't. It isn't new for sure. So,
so what is your theory on this, Shawnee? Do you think that that Bigfoot is some kind of misstep in evolution? Do you think it's like a branch off of evolution? Because so many people have seen him over the years, it's almost like we can almost go to the fact, or okay, he must exist on some level. But what do you think his like level as far as compared to like the evolutionary chart? Where do you think he stands in all this?
I mean, I do feel like he is like he's a contemporary of man that
I thought you were gonna say he was Canadian.
Maybe that's what it is.
Contemporary man.
It gets cold up there. But no, it's just he's it's they yeah, like I believe that they evolved on a separate course for man. Something, there was a split somewhere, and they've evolved into this giant creature. So and there's from what I believe, from everything I've heard and seen about them, they do have high intelligence. And they generally try to evade man. They don't want to interact with us. Some of the times you'll see people a lot of times they bang sticks against trees, or they'll throw rocks at them in their general direction, like big rocks, like small boulders come flying out of the woods, trying to get you to leave. They're screaming, they whoop a lot. I think I sent you some
Yes.
sound of some of the things that they do. They whoop,
Whoop,
and
whoop.
and sometimes
They're gonna juggle a little bit. Whoop, whoop.
But sometimes they'll talk. They try to like imitate other creatures, other animals and things. They'll even try to like impersonate people, if you will, trying to like talk like them. I mean, they don't make any sense when they do speak, which you can hear in that tape that I sent you, which was a famous one from Sierra Mountain prospecting camp from like the 70s, like 71, I think. Or 72.
Okay, well, since we're talking about it, would you like to play it now and let the people hear these sounds you're talking about?
Let's do it.
All right, let me cue that up, and then we'll get it up here on a screen share right quick for our friend Andy to share. Here we go. We'll present a little screen share. These are some Bigfoot actual recorded sounds submitted by Seany. Bigfoot talking Sierra sounds, samurai sounds by Ron Moorhead. Here we go. If we can play that and that sounds like words.
Kinda.
Which one drop this?
I don't know how long I'd want to be in them woods with them noises.
No.
We'll let about a minute of this play. It's like 3.5 minutes, so I don't want to play the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we'll do a minute right there. So there you go. So there's some examples exactly what you were talking about, bro. The sounds that they make. And it sounds like talking.
Yeah. Yeah. And so like years ago, I used to camp every year at this one campground in Vermont, which is also pretty remote. A lot of that state is woodland. It's mountainous terrain. There's not a lot of people there. And this one campground, one year I had heard this weird sound at nighttime, and it was like this bird noise, but it didn't sound right. And the first year I didn't make any note of it. Like I just thought it sounded weird, and I didn't really take it to heart or whatever. And then I'd had my dog man sighting that spring of that year, and that's when I really got turned on to
started
learning more facts about it.
You started putting some things together in your mind, it sounds like.
Yeah. So the next year we went up there again, and sure as shit, there's that noise, and it's at night. I mean, there aren't a lot of like, birds out at nighttime, and things. And it's like late, like 12 o'clock at night. And I hear this bird noise that just sounded so. I wish I had recorded that. I didn't think to at the time, but very strange. And I met a guy who was going up there this past year, and I said to him that I heard this weird noise up there, and then he said that they had a lot of weird stuff up there as well. Go on, because it's in like the back of the campground that abuts, like there's like a farm and then just woods for miles. I mean, just it's just
you talk about how some of the Northwest is so you talk about how so much of the Northwest is unexplored, how that they could perfectly exist out there because there's so much land that humans just haven't traveled on yet, right?
And we probably because it's so treacherous to get through. You know what I mean? There's not a real need. I mean, unless you're like one of these, adrenaline junkies or scientists. There's not a lot of reason for you to be up there. You're not going to gain anything by being there, I guess.
If you want me to, I have that video already of that little evolutionary chart from that show back in the day that I showed beforehand. We can show that.
Oh yeah.
Let's show that little thing
Spock.
about. Well, there you go. Thank you, Andy.
by some scientists that Bigfoot falls somewhere in this progressive chart of man, a giant hominid related to but not like modern man. According to this theory, Bigfoot would have pursued a course of evolution separate but parallel to his human cousins. Dr. Grover Krantz is an anthropologist at Washington State University.
Its locomotion is the human design, so we know it's probably our closest living relative. But in terms of anything mental characteristics, no, it's not human. So it is a mixture of ape and human characteristics. And if you want to call that a missing link, that's fine.
There you go. And there's the end of that clip. There you go, brother. How would you think about that scientist, dude? We talked about him before the show.
Yeah, he had very well manicured nails.
I thought that me and Andy thought that was a great, funny observation before the show. We were going through some pre-show material, and we showed that clip, and Shawnee walks away with, boy, that guy had a nice manicure. So we had a good time with that. So we thought that was worth bringing up again. But yes, he did have a very, very good manicure. But that was taken from In Search Of. That voice, if it's familiar to you, is Leonard Nimoy. He used to be the host of that show. And that's kind of when I got first intrigued hearing about Bigfoot and some of these conspiracy theories, Shawnee.
Oh boy. Hello?
Did I freeze up on you, brother?
Uh-oh. You froze to me. I don't know if I froze to you. Now I froze.
You got me?
I got you.
You got me? All right, coming. All right. Sound like we had a little freeze there, bro.
Yeah. We're trying to be kept under wraps here by the man in black.
There you go. It's the man.
In the 70s, there was a Bigfoot craze that went through the U.S.
Sure was.
And a lot of it stemmed from the 1967 Patterson gimlin film, which is the famous one that everyone's seen. I think we have a clip of that to show.
We sure do.
That I wanted to. This is what really kicked off the craziness. Like in the 70s, there was a lot of Bigfoot documentaries that came out, and I believe it was fueled by this. And so, if you want to go ahead and play that, that'd be nice.
You got it. Here we go. Not sure there's any sound coming up on. Let me make it bigger. That's what she said. No sound on it. There you go. So yeah, this is the footage that, like you said, many of us kind of grew up kind of knowing, because up until this time, there wasn't many guys going out there with portable hand cameras or had the means to do this. So when it became portable enough, these guys were going out in the woods. And so here you go. And this is the one that I grew up, we learned about this in school. We've seen this. I've seen this video 1,000 times.
Yeah.
So what were your first impressions when you saw this? Were you a young man when you first saw this? What age were you when you saw this particular video the first time?
I don't remember the year that I saw it, but I knew of it. I was always into like horror and sci-fi stuff. Like it was just I was just always interested in that kind of stuff and like ghosts and things. So
there you go.
I remember my mother didn't believe it, so she just thought it was that's just trash, and whatever. So I wanted to say about that one is that Gimlin is still alive, believe it or not.
Yes,
and he still to this day maintains that it was real, and so did Patterson, Roger Patterson had proclaimed as much too, until his death he died in like 75 or something, 74 maybe. So I mean, even to this day, they're claiming it's real. And I wanted to say too about the audio sounds that we played. They analyzed that, and there was no way to fake that because that was made in like 1972.
Really?
So that was so they tried to debunk it more or less, and they really couldn't. I mean, it doesn't fully. I wish there was like film to go along with it, but
I think for as many,
get everything.
as many people as you have that might believe in hoaxes, you probably have an equal amount or maybe more that don't believe in hoaxes. So a lot of people were trying to disprove this because there's so many people that are like, oh, that's a he's wearing a bodysuit or it's a man or things of this nature. So in order of fairness, I figured we would present like the other side of the argument. This is a clip talking about the Bigfoot Patterson film hoax. And once again, it's like 4 minutes, but I'll just play you like the first minute and it'll give you a flavor of kind of what they really thought, what some people thought that maybe didn't agree with this going on. So check this out. Here we go.
You can identify that there is an upright walking biped in that film that has arms and legs in terms of the limb ratios, the speed, the stride length. Nothing can be determined from that film. There's not enough data in it. And to make claims otherwise isn't scientifically valid. It's time to go back.
So there you go. I don't have to play the music or anything, but there you go. So that is, yeah.
I wish I had better context as to he was saying that about to claim that it is a Bigfoot.
He was saying that as a hoax. He was trying to claim that the whole thing was a hoax and it was supposedly a bodysuit. He claims that the movements were like too human-like is essentially what he claims in there. So I just wanted to give the other side of the argument because many people, maybe some viewers watching tonight will go, oh, come on, man. That was so long ago and he was a guy in a bodysuit. And I thought we want to address that argument because there have been so many sightings throughout these lineage of the Indians and things like this, but yet you have people that claiming it's a hoax. So I guess that's why we're here to kind of put all these thoughts together and see where everybody stands on it.
Yeah, I mean, and I get it too. Like sometimes people don't like things that upset their world, that change what they believe, or
true.
There's it's upsetting to think that there's this creature out there because we, as mankind, we think we're top of the food chain. We're the apex creature on Earth. And then to find out that there's an 8-foot tall half man bear monkey hybrid thing that could break you in half if it wanted to at any point, like that's terrifying, and I mean, and if you look at it too, like so some of the reasons why they would want to keep it quiet, why the government would be interested to downplay all this. I mean, if you look at your law,
guess I froze again.
Yeah, it looks like he's frozen at his end.
I don't know who's frozen on what end. It's not me this time.
No, you're fine.
Okay, we'll wait for him to come back. Yeah, but before the show, we were taking turns freezing out, so I wasn't sure, but we'll get him back in here. Bueller. Oh, and it's just me. It's the Bobby, so it's the Bob Zone. How you doing? We'll get Shawnee back here in a minute. We're having a good time talking about all these conspiracy theories. So while he gets back in line, maybe we'll go through some chats or something there. Let's see. Oh, I hear him trying to sign back in.
Yeah, there he is.
All right, let's bring him back.
He's still
crank up that AOL. Get that hamster running, son. Let's see. Please stay on your line. Your view is important to us. Shawnee's experiencing... Oh, he's back. He was just experiencing momentary. I wasn't sure if it was me or you this time, brother, because we had this before the show, right?
Yeah, there was a little bit before the show, so... seem to be back. I was saying before all of that, the logging industry would be shut down because now you have... So, if let's say we admit, as a culture that there are Bigfoot, Sasquatches, in the wilderness. Well, now we have to find out, what's their, where their homes are made. Their whole lives are going to have to be analyzed. It's going to shut down. Expansion of home production, mining, logging, all these things that, we need to expand and grow and cut down trees and dig into the earth. It could affect them. So now we're going to have to shut all that down till we know where it's safe to do so. Like you see it all the time now with the environmentalists trying to stop you from doing stuff because there's a certain snail that lives in a swamp nearby. You know, no, I mean,
you're right.
It absolutely goes on.
You're barely exaggerating, bro. I've heard of those stories where there might be an endangered species that lives there, and you just don't happen to know it. And because of the protections provided that species, you can't do. You're limited on what you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, so that's going to throw a huge wrench into anything that they want to do, especially out in the northwest. But I mean, as you saw on the map, they're everywhere. So, you know, it's gonna fuck everybody up. Is what I'm trying to say.
And it's a fair point because you do see that where some people just can't. Some people can barely take what's normal stuff. So yeah, trying to process something like this when we were ultimately taught maybe not to accept that. Like you said, we were taught that we're the highest on the food chain. So some people just can't even probably process it from the get go, I guess.
Well, and that's the thing about it too, because like when I had my sightings, like it terrified me to know that here's this thing that if it wanted to kill me that night or the other night, either of those 2 nights,
right? If
it wanted to kill me, there's nothing I could have done.
So you're speaking from personal experience about as far as what you've had to learn to accept over the years. You know, maybe you accept it differently because you've had these experiences. As to where some people, when you introduce it to them, they just don't want to hear it. They don't want to accept it.
Exactly. There's actually there is a movie that's out on Amazon Prime called Hunting Bigfoot, and it's about this guy who sees him at one point in his life and then becomes obsessed with trying to prove it because everyone said you're crazy, and so he becomes he goes balls deep into it, and he's like, I'm proving it to you guys, and so his life kind of falls apart because of it, but at the end of the film, he's still dying to show like he wants to prove himself right, and it's really, really good. I highly recommend it.
There you go. The Seany
Hunting for Bigfoot. Yeah,
Hunting for Bigfoot. It's the Seany film recommendation of the week. There you go.
There you go.
About to do that conspiracy show film recommendation of the week. I like that, brother. We'll have to check that out. Hunting Bigfoot.
Yes.
All right.
Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention there's a couple of excellent podcasts on the Sasquatch and the Bigfoot. One of them is called Sasquatch Chronicles, and then the host is Wes Germer. He's out in Washington State, I believe, and he's had some sightings, and people call in and give their accounts of whatever it is. Sometimes it's just they saw him driving along and they saw him, on the side of the road, or sometimes they're in their yard. You know, like it's not. You don't ever know. And then also Bigfoot Eyewitness Radio with one of my favorite hosts, Vic Cundiff.
Ooh, okay.
Cundiff.
Easy for you to say. Yeah, I thought you want to go another place with that. So you talk about like people seeing them like from just on the side of the road or tourists or things like that. And we also have some video to support that right there. I'll present this one right here. We'll get Andy to share. This was it says Colorado tourists share a video of what appears to be a Bigfoot sighting. So we can go share this here. See if there's any audio with it, and we'll roll it.
It's an elusive creature.
Something moving in the middle. It's hard to see in this mass of rocks, but if you can kind of see where my arrow is.
Yeah, let me see your camera. I'll do it.
Approximately in the center.
Can you enlarge that, BF?
That's what she said. Let's see. Here we go. Hey-oo. All right, let's roll it again.
It's an elusive creature.
Like circle. It's like kind of right around here. It moves a little bit. We go back into the left. Let's do. Here we go. See the little movement right there?
An elusive creature. All right, just squat it down.
Right, they're saying they see somebody and they just squatted down. So that's the movement that you see initially right there. So that's the first video we had. Am I solo again? Here we go. Seany's back. What's up? While we were watching the video.
Yeah.
So we were just watching that video of the Colorado tourist shot. Let's try that. Let's do that again since we're having issues tonight. Play that one more time so we can do it all together now. Here we go. Let's check it out.
It's an elusive creature.
So you saw him like moving like kind of right in the middle right here.
Absolutely, yep.
All right, just squat it down.
Sounds like Richard Christie.
It does.
Doesn't it, Johnny? He just squatted down. Hey, let's go back and listen to that. Hey, ready? Listen.
It's an elusive creature.
That sounded like Richard.
I just squatted down.
It's a Sal Governale, eh?
Richard, it's your dad. Watch out for them Bigfoot penises.
There you go. So that's one of the videos, and that's pretty recent right there.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Like what, 2021 or 2?
Yeah, when was that? Trying to see if there was a date on that when it was posted. It was posted just 3 months ago. It's from a
really?
WFAA, ABC affiliate in Colorado.
Did you see? Yeah. So in that, you see how he squats down. So a lot of times they end up trying to hide. They like hide behind trees and things. They don't really want to be seen. They don't want, like they see the train going by. So he goes. There's nowhere for him to really hide. So he has to like squat in the shrubbery.
Definitely trying to blend in. Now, let's follow up real quick because you sent me a video today, fresh video, and this one has like more detail of that very video. I already had that video kind of prepped, and Shawnee hit me. He's like, BF, I got the freshest shit right here. So we're going to show Shawnee's got the freshest right here, and you're going to see some details that you couldn't see maybe in that first one. So let's go ahead.
You're emerged.
Make this bigger.
Strolling along.
There we go. So look, they zoomed in on it more. There's the hiding like you talked about, Shawnee.
Yep.
All right, folks, let's dive into this. The recent Bigfoot footage that's been making waves online. This intriguing piece of footage comes straight from the beautiful, rugged terrains of Colorado. Shannon and Stetson Parker.
Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
I'll pause it right there for anybody. I think it's as big as it can get. That's what she said again, once again. Big as it can get, but you can see the image of like a face.
Yeah,
kind of right
absolutely.
there.
Absolutely.
And we'll just keep rolling it.
A couple of adventurous souls were soaking in the sights aboard a train chugging along from Durango to Silverton when their journey took a wild twist. As they were sitting comfortably in their seats, cruising through the beautiful Colorado wilderness, their eyes caught something odd. Amidst the vast expanses of nature, a strange figure emerged, strolling along a remote hillside. The Parkers were quick to grab their cameras, and another passenger rolled video, capturing what some people believe to be a Bigfoot. The date was October 8th, 2023. This does not appear to be your everyday hiker. The figure has a distinctive saunter that's more akin to something you'd see in other footage of alleged Bigfoots. It's covered in a thick coat of brown hair, blending seamlessly with the autumn backdrop, yet its upright stance sets it apart from the usual woodland critters. As it meanders through the tall grass, it occasionally squats, perhaps examining the terrain or maybe foraging. It's hard to tell from the distance, but every movement feels natural.
So there you go, buddy. So that was 23, bro. I didn't realize that was that fresh when you sent it to me.
Very recent, yeah. That is an amazing bit of footage for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, so like they generally try to hide from being seen. Like there's a lot of times when people like hunters will find their trail cams like smashed, or stolen, but they often are like torn from the tree and destroyed.
Right.
And they're usually up,
That's right. That's what I know about trail cameras, that
they put them high.
On purpose, yes.
Yes. So a lot of times they're out of reach of man that would just be on his feet. You'd have to
many animals.
Ladder, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So a wingspan of a creature that's 8 to 9 feet. I mean, that thing can reach pretty fucking high. It's interesting to me. And people, here's one of the things too that people always say, well, why don't you like film these things? And it's like, you're out in the woods on a hike. You've got your phone with you because in case you need to like call for help or whatever, or just to have it around, or to take photos when you plan to. When you get to the top of a mountain, or
true, you don't have it out right away.
Go by the waterfall. If you see something that scares you, your first thought is, what the fuck was that? How do you get out of here alive?
Survive. Yeah.
and you're not like, oh, let me get my phone and do a selfie. I mean, more and more we're becoming that as a society, but
Oh yeah.
when it's fight or flight, it's not fight, flight, or phone. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah, and I was happy to kind of see like more modern videos because we grew up with the Patterson video, and I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna do a Bigfoot show, and I know with the net, like you said, everybody has a camera nowadays, so I was hoping and thinking that should be some additional Bigfoot footage out there, and I was kind of pleased to surprise that to this day, up until at least recently 2023, this legend is nowhere near dead. This legend's gonna live far beyond us, brother.
absolutely, absolutely. That's and. It's so I don't know if we wanted to read any chats anytime.
That's up to you, brother. It's your show. Why don't we get into it and tell Andy what you want to do. Maybe we can start near the top or something. And what you got for us, Andy? Let's talk to the people a little bit. There you go, brother. Do your thing.
Love you, Shawnee and BF. So glad Perry and y'all are back.
Thumbs up, brother. I saw you in the chat earlier. What's up?
Daniel Berry Sports highlights member for 4 months.
Boom, he's saying number 4. What's up, Daniel Berry Sports?
Number 4. Bigfoot it is. He's been spotted in Vermont. Yes. Well, there was. Yeah, you know about that. You know about that guy.
Yes.
I never met him in person, but I did do a podcast or two with him. Believe it or not.
Did you? Wow, yes. That's pretty cool. It is. I'd like that.
Yeah.
Where did that go down, at Shawnee?
That was it was years ago. Chris Abels got me into the Matty P radio.
That fucking guy. Oh my
happy hour, yeah. Great, crazy. But Ed would go on there too, and I think Elephant Boy came on a time or two.
Cool.
It was interesting for sure, but
well, that's interesting. Fact that we got that. I didn't know that you did that. Stacy Allen.
Stacy Allen, she's my teacher's pet because she makes a lot of good points.
Uh-huh.
Are they all male? No, they're not all male. There have been females and even juveniles seen. The juveniles can range, they're 4 to 6 feet, and the females have been seen with breasts.
Oh,
furry breasts.
Hey, a breast is a breast, brother.
Bob doing a COVID test with 2. Thank you. Do Bigfoots fornicate with regular people? One of my favorite bits that I had is where basically I'm raped by a lady Sasquatch.
Bit or a fantasy? What are we talking about here, Shawnee? Come on,
maybe a little bit from column A and column B. But
okay, I'm not here to judge. Okay, brother.
I don't think that. Well, you know what? Maybe that's what where all the missing people go. They get fucked to death. I don't know.
Well, as you famously asked Lenny Dykstra about women, female dog men, and if he would go down on one if you didn't see our premiere episode last week. So that was a funny, great
I don't
question.
think he liked that idea, but
he didn't. You fucked with his head a little bit. There you
go. Ordo Monstrum with 5. Book of Enoch. That's what I thought. I thought it was. If I would have guessed that if I had to have. This is the Bible. Where they talk about the Nephilim, and that he's saying that the church banned it and all mention of Neph. Have you compared those maps on top of the maps of the underrated ground tunnels,
or maybe just underground, underrated?
I think that's what he meant, but I was having
underground
a hard
tunnels.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. No,
Thanks,
I have not done that. So, Ordo, thank you for the advice. I'm going to do that as soon as we get off the air. Space Age hamburger. They don't have cheese in space, huh?
Great observation.
I'm into all this stuff. I wish I hired more to give to you two.
We appreciate that.
Thank you, but bloody don't.
Yeah, what he said. Get that screen freeze if he's frozen again. Thank you, Space Age Hamburger. I don't know if it's me or him, but I'll carry on like it's him frozen.
Worry about it because funding. Hello, there you go. Is my stutter causing us to go off the air?
That's probably it.
Lefty Bosworth with 2. Bill Cooper, Behold a Pale Horse.
Behold a pale horse. Okay.
I'm not sure what that means. But thank you for the 2. Peg Leg Biker sounds like the lady in John's video from Atlantic City.
Callback. Here we go.
Great
Peg Leg
team
Biker.
up. Keep it up. I will keep it up as much as I can, ma'am. Terry Nee for 2. We elected a Bigfoot in PA. His name is Fetterman. Very good. That's very funny. Stacy, my girl, are you familiar with the giants of Aruba that Vespucci encountered on the island and documented? Look into the Island Giants by Heather Arnold. I'm putting that on my list.
Stacy's got all of them, man.
Yeah.
Hey, I will tell you that I've talked with Stacy here and there in private chats and whatnot, and she's very eager to do a show with us. So we're gonna have to get her on here as a future guest, Shawnee. Maybe on. I think she wanted to do like the 9/11 episode, so maybe we should keep that in the back of your mind.
Yeah, she did say she was very interested in that. Yes.
She's ready to go.
What else we got? Is that it, or we got more?
That's it for the super chats, guys. Yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Okay.
We appreciate all those super chats. Thank you for those that have super chatted so far.
So, are you familiar, Bobby, with Portlock, Alaska, by any chance?
Not specifically, no. Other than the word Alaska, no. What do you got?
So, years ago, there was Alaska is also very rugged wilderness, and they had they'd set up a town there called Portlock, and it was they fished a lot up there, a lot of crabs and fish and stuff, and so they were using this town. They built a cannery to can the fish, and so they could be preserved and sent back to the rest of the U.S. and all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
So they built this town around this cannery. And immediately they started having strange things. Horses would disappear, be slaughtered, or found dead. Like just mutilated.
So it needs. Obviously, you're pointing at something bigger than a horse that could probably do that.
Yes.
Right.
And so the people in town would discuss that they would see these shadows in the woods come like dusk time, and so it moved on from like horses and pets and things to being like people started to die. They're being found in a lagoon up there, and their heads would be twisted off, sometimes like weird shit, like stuff that you just don't see.
Damn.
So so eventually everyone started freak out because there was more and more deaths. There was probably like 5 or 6 people that were found dead, and it wasn't like every night or anything, but it kept going on with pretty terrifying regularity. So they were they closed the town, and now it's like a ghost town that you could go there and see. Well, I mean, It's very hard to get there, but there are some film crews that have gone there to like look at the town now, and there's like a few old buildings, but the native folklore was of like a Sasquatch like creature that didn't want anybody there. They didn't want the people there to invade their beach or whatever. So
and that's kind of
ran them out of town.
That's the ultimate fear of humans, that they encounter one. But I don't know that we had too many like stories of them like actually interacting or like attacking humans like this one. So do you think that this is like a attribute that could be? You think it's a Bigfoot is what I'm getting at, I guess? It doesn't sound like some of the things we've heard out of Bigfoots. You don't typically hear of like tacks and twisting heads and things of this nature.
Well, I mean, so you don't hear a lot about that. Actually, though, the sound that we played tonight with that from that camp, they were attacked by them. There were
Okay.
four or five guys. They'd made a log house up there, and they hid in the house because that night they were going. They heard all this stuff out in the woods. They said, we're not going to sleep outside tonight, so they went inside of the house. And the house was, hit with logs and sticks and rocks and things, and they were trying to like squeeze their hands through the cracks of the logs and things. Yeah. So I mean, and who's to say? Like, so we have this map of missing people where Bigfoot are seen.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know that they weren't. I mean, I can't prove that they were, but I also can't prove that they weren't. They didn't have their head turned off, they're screwed off for their body and brought somewhere, and that's why we don't see them anymore. That's why they're gone. You know what I mean? So just, I mean, there are, and the other thing is, if you listen to some of the podcasts that I brought up, there are times when they do where they get very aggressive.
Really?
Yes. I did. There was one story where the guys were they were ski-mobiling, and they set up camp for the night, and they had to shoot at some because they were trying to get into their camp.
Damn.
And the guy was crying by the end of his thing, like he was so scared when he told it. Like as he retold the tale, he began to cry because he just was freaked out. And it's,
wow.
I mean, it gives you it. When you go through something, and mine wasn't even that close, and still it freaked me out on a level that, like,
wow,
it just like, you get scared of ghosts and things, then the lights, you turn on the lights, and it's you feel okay.
Yeah,
this is
I imagine after
things,
that point, you're pretty much probably scared of everything when something like that happens to you. Like any little thing or sound you think is it, and it's freaking you, it freaks you out. At least that would be my experience, probably.
Absolutely. It's terrifying to know that they're out there. Once you realize that, oh shit, it's real. Like, this stuff is real. It's not a joke.
And so, talking about how real it is, and talking about like some recent footage, because we always talk about the old grainy footage that you can't see, and now you say how more people have cameras out and things of this nature when we go into hiking and go camping like that. So we have another more modern video. You submitted this one today, and this is going to be an ATV hunter sees a Bigfoot. So we're going to roll this one. Let me do a little screen share here, and let's check this out and see where we can spot it, and let's see what everybody thinks about this one. Here we go. Make sure the sound is on, as there is some. Here we go. ATV hunter sees a Bigfoot. And they'll slow it down for us. Oh, there it is right there. I know because I watched it, but here we go. Slow down. There you go. He's like center. He's like at 12 o'clock almost right here, like 11, 12 o'clock right here. I think they pause it so I don't have to. Let's see if they pause it right here. Right there. There's it slowed down. It's slowed down. I'll go back a little bit. Here we go. We'll come up on it again. Right there. So this is when they slowed it down. And there you go. So this is what he's seen. So it looks like he drove on this, and maybe he saw it and got on his camera after the fact. I don't know, Shawnee.
Well, I think when after he goes by it, it seems like he really gets on the gas. So I think he was scared of it.
That would be my choice. So so he must have saw it. Then you're saying he must have acknowledged it. Then all right. So they're there. You go. They're playing at that slow speed right there. And here's what you're talking about. He's getting away.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going. I'm going.
I guess he doesn't get as far away as I thought he would.
Well, I guess if you're on the but yeah. So there you go. So there once again a recent sighting on a ATV trail camera, right? Or ATV camera. That is a GoPro.
Well, probably like a GoPro or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. Those are good. Because here's the thing. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. You get your point, or?
Oh, well, I did want to pay attention a few things to people. and it's this. If you're going, I'm all for going out into the wilderness. Still, I still take hikes and things. But
Really?
I do say, yeah, I do. There's a part of me that there is that I can relate to the guy in the film where he's trying to prove it, we do want to see you want to be able to show that it's real, like that you're not nuts. Because like when I went on Stern and discussed my dog man stuff, I mean, God, they ran wild.
Yeah, they did. Well, that's just comedy, and that's what they do. They're going to take, I guess maybe he's frozen again. They're going to take what you do and make fodder of it, and they did a good job at that. I'm sure Sean will be back in a minute. We hope you're having a good time here. We're sorry experiencing these technical difficulties and everything freezing up tonight. I'm sure he'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, there was a question in the chat I wanted him to answer.
Well, he can
Hi.
answer it now. What's up, buddy? Let's bring him back.
Hey.
What's up, buddy?
What happened?
There we go.
We got you. All right.
Okay.
I think Andy said that there's a question in the chat for you, buddy.
Oh, are you familiar with the work of the late Peter Byrne? I do know the name. I don't remember what he did.
Oh, that's David Byrne.
That was mumbling. Didn't catch the guy's name that he asked us that, but I don't mumbling Nick, ATA the goat, aka the goat. Oh, Nick.
It's just old Nick.
I don't. Off the top of my head, no. What I was trying to say before, this is what I want to say. If you're going out into the wilderness, I would suggest not going alone. Don't go drunk. I would also say to bring your cell phone. They have GPS transponders that can find you. Am I frozen right now?
Nope, you're good. You glitched a little bit, but you're good, bro. You're rolling.
Okay. They have GPS transponders now that you can send out a beacon to a satellite to be found.
Throw an Apple AirTag in your underwear or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ways you can be found.
That too. You know what? That is a good point, because those are. Thank you. Those are prevalent now, and they cost a lot less than one of the GPSs, the GPS things I mentioned before. And I always bring like a can of mace, and a firearm is not a bad idea, because you don't know what you're going to run into, even if it's like best case, you run into like something that you do believe in, like a mountain lion or a bear.
Oh my!
Depending on where you live. Obviously, if you live in Alaska or wherever there, you could run into a grizzly bear, or parts of the Northwest. Far more dangerous than the black bears that we have around where I live. But I just want to say it's be prepared. Make sure that don't become a statistic. That's what I'm trying to say.
There you go. Be ready already. All right. I have that other piece of footage that we shared. It was kind of a Bigfoot footage of a photograph where it was enhanced and you can kind of see a face in it. You want to watch on that?
Oh yeah.
Let's watch this, and we kind of watched this before the show.
Bigfoot. Here's one of the photographs. This looks like an artist's drawing, but it's not. It's actually a photograph. I just had to crank up the contrast and brightness and saturation so you could have a good look and see his eyes and his nose and his fur. And if it was all that I got, it would have never been proven as Bigfoot. Here's one of the photographs. This looks like an artist's drawing, but it's not. It's actually a photograph. I just had to crank up the contrast and brightness and saturation so you could have a good look and see his eyes and his nose and his fur.
So what do you think about that one there, Shawnee? It has some wicked detail on it, didn't it?
That's fucking crazy. That is impressive as hell. So, yeah, I love it. I mean, that's...
this legend is out there and it's still alive and kicking, brother. It's pretty interesting.
It absolutely is. And I also wanted to say this about the Sasquatches, that they have. First of all, there's many reports of they smell terrible. There's a real foul smell that they eject. I don't know if it's when they're scared, angry, or what have you, or if it's just all the time.
Or horny.
But,
I don't know.
yeah. Hello. But they also there's I wish I had gotten the exact term. They have a one of their attack modes is basically like a sound wave. It's like reverberates your chest spinal column and stuff.
Damn.
It's a very like low pitched humming sound that they like can stun like prey with and stuff. I mean, this is what several folks have discussed. And if you're ever in the woods and suddenly everything is quiet, that's usually a sign of danger. And it's often comes before right after one of these encounters with the Bigfoot. Yeah. So once that stops and you don't hear birds chirping or crickets or anything.
Yeah, when the birds and the bugs check out, I listen for that too. Yeah, it's like, why they ain't making no noise? Like they know something's going on around here. They know something I don't.
That's a bad situation.
Hey, bro.
And people often also say they're overwhelmed with dread. Like that's really bad. Scared, but it's beyond scared. It's like just like you're just terrified.
Shit your pants scared, if you will.
Yeah, like you feel like the world's about to end, I suppose. But
seems like the right feeling to me.
Yeah, it's not a good time when you have that sort of a situation in the woods, and if you are alone, that's even worse. So I beg everyone to use the buddy system, as I said. So
very good.
That's sorry.
That's all right.
So was there more?
I have a couple more. I think I have two more elements that we talked about, possibly Sean, right here. Or we actually showed the sound one. So I have one more element here, and this is supposed to be off of a trail camera. It says Bigfoot caught on camera 2021. It's the best 4K Yeti supposedly. Now, we just saw that one recent one that was dated 2023 in Colorado, where that was kind of done in the wild off of the train. That seemed very like believable looking, but let's see how this one looks, and let's see what everybody thinks about this one, because this is supposed to be 4K trail camera Yeti. Let's roll this one here, Andy. Right here. I believe there's no sound to it. No. Look at this. So it's just a casual walk. Look at this dude. He's like, "What's up, bro? How's it going, man? What's up? I'm out of here, bro." It says Bigfoot caught on camera 2021, best video footage ever, 4K Yeti, Sasquatch, authentic, real are the hashtags or the keywords with it. So what do you think about this one, brother?
Well, it doesn't appear to be a trail cam. It's very low.
And it's moving, I just noticed. You're right. See, I just assume because nobody would want to be near one of these things that it must have been a trail cam they set up, but that's my own bad assumption, my poor assumption. But you make a good point. The camera actually fucking moves, bro.
Yeah, it's low and it shakes.
Now, is it branchy? Like he's getting close. Is it moving beforehand or is it, let's see, it's kind of moving a little bit now.
The whole time,
So, this could be classified under hokey or at least suspicious at the very best. What do you think?
I am suspect of this film, and it's not that I want to believe. It's not like whatever it is, I want to just believe it's so bad that I'll just forego, cognitive thought and believe it. But that one I'm not buying that one. I guess is what if I had to buy or sell it, I'm selling it.
That one looked a little sus, as the kids say nowadays. A little sus there.
Yes, they do say that.
We're hip. We're down with it. We're cool with it.
It's hella sus.
Oh, don't get all extra hip on me, Shawnee. Got to show me up a little bit with your hella sauce. You're right. You are hella sauce. Well, let's see. It's like 10:04 here on the East Coast. You're watching here the Seany Zone, episode 2, Bigfoot here. I think we're about to pull this train in the station. If we don't want to look at some last super chats and any last thoughts that our host Shawnee might have tonight.
Robbie Poole with 5. I'm rather impressed so far with the show. Much better than I expected.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work. Thank you, Robbie.
Here's the low expectations. Thank you.
If you set the bar extremely low, I'll come in just over it.
You leapt it. You leapt that sumbitch, bro.
Yeah.
You got it.
The Tom Gully show for 2. Requesting a show on missing 411. That's Tom. Yes. That's why I didn't want to get into too much of the missing people tonight, because I do want to do a whole deep dive on missing 411, which is Barbie. Just for a taste, it's people that have gone missing in our national parks that are found in strange circumstances or never found again. And it's it's fascinating. It really is. And I would love to have the author of the books, David Paulides, on as a guest at some point if we could. Maybe if we grow this a bit and can show him some good numbers, then he would come on.
The power of the Shuley Network.
Absolutely. Brian Clowder
like daughter. He had to teach me, bro. I used to say Clowder all the time. It's Clowder like daughter.
Great show, boys. Love the show. Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Shawnee, you've got, I think I want to thank them, and I know you do too. We got a great first initial reaction from your first episode, bro. The people love some Shawnee. They love the Seany Zone.
I got a lot of good comments on Twitter, and from some folks that I know in real life that were like, "Hey, that was great." So I hope to bring the heat every week.
Bring the heat every week. That's a good thing, man. Good shit.
Yeah.
All right, so as we pull this train into the station, any last thoughts? What do you got? Any thoughts? Because you don't share with me. We're kind of taking this piecemeal, 1 week at a time. We introduced Shawnee. Yeah. Now we're at Bigfoot. So even me, I'm curious, as your humble chauffeur, do you want to give a clue? Do you have an idea where you might want to go next week? Or you want to just kind of dangle it out there, leave it quiet, leave it secret, and make them want it? What do you think?
I'm still torn between a couple of ideas. Okay. So I was hoping to... I'll know. I'll give myself a 24-hour rule to make to shit or get off the pot. As they say.
I like that. That's an expression my mother used to use. Shit or get off the pot means get on with life. Right? Do something or get on with life. Right?
Absolutely.
That's great, man. That's a good old saying.
Yes.
Right. What you got?
So I'm just seeing.
You want to get some of those last minute chats and talk to some of the people that are nice enough to still be around here watching.
Just came in, so
yeah, let's hit some of them. Thank you.
Ordo Monstrum. Shawnee, have you seen Red or have you seen? I'm as bad as Bob is trying to read on the air here.
That's a contest.
Shawnee, have you seen Red on Neanderthal man versus Homo sapien? Us. They were bigger, stronger, faster. See in the dark, crafted weapons and hunted us.
There you go.
See in the dark. I get.
Thanks, Ordo.
Yes. Yes, I am somewhat familiar with such a thing. It's possible to me that Bigfoot could, it might have been where he came from. Yes. Run Daz.
Run what's up?
Run DAZ. Sorry. Can Sam Squatch see if can
Sam Squatch? That's Sasquatch's brother. Sam.
See you if you're covered in mud.
Oh. That's the predator theory right there, like from Predator.
He's not a predator, so I don't think his, I don't know. Maybe his vision is vision.
Maybe,
I'm not sure,
right?
but I don't think so. I think he would still see you if you're in mud. I mean, if you're submerged in mud, perhaps he wouldn't know you were there, but.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
No, the
old predator mudslide right there. All right, brother. Well, I think it's been a great second episode, but I'm biased. So
yes.
I think we did it again, bro. I think we had another great successful show. Seems like the people are loving it again. Want to thank everybody for coming out here tonight. Any last words? I'll give you one more chance in case there's something that we didn't cover, brother.
Well, I did want to plug, as you know or may not know, I am on Twitter, and you can find me at Not High Register. That's my name on there. Also goes by Shawnee. I'm on there quite a bit, and I'm also on Cameo as Shawnee, and then in parentheses, formerly High Register Sean. If you want me to say some sweetness to your loved one for this Valentine's Day,
That's a great Valentine's Day gift idea, bro.
let me get you laid.
Let Shawnee sweet talk your lady for you. It'll only take like a half hour for him to get it out. It's okay.
Yeah, mine always run very long. on the app, they tell you to shoot for like 60 from like 30 to 60 seconds,
And you're like, fuck.
I've had some run 4 minutes long. You know,
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
they have a lot of things that I have to say, and I just can't get through it. So
I think we have a couple more super chats that are trickling in. The people are being nice to
okay.
us tonight. If we
Oh,
can
I
get
love
those,
it.
please, Andy.
Brian
Kowalczyk.
Because this is like one of the tribal names that I tried to read earlier tonight.
Yes.
With 5, love the show, fellas, twice a week, please, then more. Wow, this guy's a big fan. I love it. Thank you,
There
Brian.
you go, Shawnee. They're loving it. The reviews are
Maybe
coming
someday. Maybe someday.
Mhm.
Right now, we just gotta get good at one day a week. And grow, prosper.
You know it.
Live long.
You got another one right here.
Run DAZ. I'm learning. Just joke. And love the show. Did he say something that I would have had to take as a joke?
Maybe they must have said something all for free, but at least he paid to say he was sorry.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, buddy.
That was cool.
Yeah, we'll go back and see what he said in the chat at some point, I'm sure. But
yeah, I'm looking for it.
I say, he said, can Sam Squatch see if you're covered in the mud? That was his $2 super chat before that.
Okay. That's what that one was. Yeah,
that's what I have. So yeah, it's great. I see Jilly Bean in here. I'm seeing all kind of old friends. I'm seeing Wes Bravo in here, Chris Popke in here, Stacy Allen, of course, the friend Chelino, Brian Clauder, all of the great chat family friends here. They're here for you tonight, showing up for you, bro, for the Seany Zone.
I love it.
That's great.
Yeah, this is a good time, folks. Let's keep it rolling.
All right, and so I guess you can make the announcement that we're probably going to be pretty regular on this day and time. So why don't you let everybody know where they can see us every week, brother?
Yes, the Shuli Network, 9 p.m. on Mondays. Consider it Monster Monday.
Oh,
we'll dig deep every week into something. I do like to have a few pokes at some other things first, and then we'll dig in deep. We'll get. I have a lot to say, as you can tell. So
well, that's good, and that's why we're here.
Yeah.
Verbose, that's right. So that's why we're here, and we hope that you join us every week here for the Seany Zone, Monday nights, 9 p.m. East, right here on the Shuli Network. So I'm your humble chauffeur, BF Bobby Fran, for the man Seany, saying peace and love, and we'll see you next time we see you here in the Seany Zone.
Bye.
In a world full of people who think life is a happy series of coincidences and trust the official narrative, some of us know better. Tales